What's going down, everybody? Welcome back. This is your boy Reckless Talk with the Jeremy Cheat Podcast. Man, we are here, episode 20, NFL Draft Talk with your boy Texas Underground in the building again, man. Make sure y'all show some love to his podcast, man. Texas Underground, everything football, everything Texans, man. It's the football guru right here. Big shout out for real, for real. Make sure y'all catch our episode 2, the dark side of Little League football. His links, the episode links, is in the description. Make sure y'all check it out. Man, what's going down, brother?
Shoot, nothing much. Excited, man. Ready for the season to start. Ready for mini camp to start. I'm already ready to go, man. Ready to rock and roll.
Shit, before we get started, man, how you think your Texans did in the first round, man? All right, froze up on me. You back there? You back? You good? All right.
Yeah.
How you think your Texans did in that first round?
Man, so like I've been saying, man, I love the first two picks, man. Will Anderson and CJ. Bryce was my number one QB. You go check that video. I did a top 5 on my channel, my top 5 QBs, and CJ was like my 1B. You know, not necessarily a 2, but more kind of like, you know, if you had an issue with Bryce's stature, then you go CJ. If you didn't, you go Bryce. And then Will Anderson. The only thing I love the player. What I don't like is giving up the draft capital that we did. The first round pick for next year, I think that would be valuable. Especially if we're talking.
A little technical difficulties, but it's okay. We're going to get it together.
I don't know what's going on.
It's all good.
But yeah, you know, that first round pick, I feel like that's valuable, a valuable access, man. But you have to give it up to play what you got to pay the price. So
I agree. I love the moves y'all made. I definitely agree too, man. Y'all gave him too much for that pick, way too much. Don't get me wrong, it was amazing pickup. You know, you got the best, in my opinion, the best defensive player in the draft. You know what I mean? And also, in my opinion, at the number 2, you got the best quarterback in the draft. In saying that, for my Giants, man, we've been getting killed at corner for who knows how long now, man, forever. And for us to pick up Dante Banks, man, out of Maryland, I think that's man. I think he's gonna do good. He's definitely projected to be a day one starter and make a big impact. So I'm excited to see what he's gonna do. Shit, I'm ready for the season, man. For real,
yeah.
I'm ready for the season. In saying that, man, let's go to the first pick, man. Bryce Young. Before we even get to Bryce Young, why isn't anyone talking about the Panthers moving up to get Bryce Young?
That's really I don't. To be honest with you, I don't think they knew who they wanted to get. So my opinion, my guess, right? I really think that they really felt that they had to move up to 1 to control the draft. That's
Okay.
what they said.
Yeah, that's definitely fair to say.
Right.
Hold on. All right, are you good? All right, you good.
Okay.
Good. All right.
And with that being said, they wanted to control the draft, and they didn't necessarily know which quarterback. You know, they had 4 quarterbacks up there. I think Will Levis was never on anybody's board as far as like the top 15. That's just my opinion. But I really do think that they struggled with Anthony Richardson, C.J. Stroud, and Bryce. And then when they finally met Bryce, they was like, "Oh man, this dude, he's that guy." And then they met CJ, and they was like, "Oh man, this dude can really ball. Like he's just as good, and he has the height and the size that we normally like. And I think throughout the process, they started going back and watching the film, and they just settled on Bryce. Like everybody else said, Bryce was the number one guy, and Bryce just gives you that magic touch, man. He just it's something magical about him, and he's not on my team now, so I want him to do good. I want all these brothers to do good, but when we play against them, I'm ready for Will Anderson to go ahead and tear that Panther logo off.
Man, I'm telling you, for real, for real. Man, I think that was an amazing pickup, and I like the way you worded that, man. They moved up to control the draft. I like that. That was much better worded. Um, yeah. So, Bryce Young, he has a grade of 96. He has a 96 grade. He's projected rookie of the year candidate. The Panthers made big moves to trade up to select for him. Young skill sets, ideal fit for the offensive scheme, which mixes up the pass game and attack multiple areas. So I think he'll definitely be a good fit for them for sure, for real.
Yeah. See, the thing that I liked about Bryce, like I said, the magic. But Bryce was, he was groomed to be a quarterback since a young age. So a lot of things, a lot of people don't really watch film the way they say they watch film. But if you watch Bryce, when he maneuvers in the pocket, he always finds a way to balance himself and set his feet back, even if the rush is right there in his face. That's why I didn't really worry about the size, because he found those holes in the SEC, and he stayed on balance when he made throws. People, complain about arm angles and all that. After Patrick Mahomes and Aaron Rodgers and all these different guys that throw sidearm in different ways, that really doesn't matter anymore. But he, surgical with the ball, man. He protects the ball. It's a good pick. They just gotta, make sure that they protect him and give him some weapons.
I definitely agree. Let's go to pick number 2 with the Texans picking up Mr. CJ from Ohio State. Before we even get on his stats and everything and what we think about it, I've been hearing a lot of hate. Oh, don't pick a Ohio State quarterback so early. They don't do nothing, this and that. Man, to all you haters, number one, what does that got to do with this young man right here? Not a damn thing. You know what I mean? Basically, that's what I want to say on that. It ain't got nothing to do with him. You know what I mean? That's the past. You know what I mean? So let this man flourish and be successful for real. Y'all already doubted him before he even get a chance because of the school's history with former quarterbacks. That's ridiculous, and that's a lot of hate coming from grown men that couldn't even make a high school all varsity team. Just saying. In saying that, that's a great pick. That's an amazing pick. CJ been doing some shit. He's been doing some shit at Ohio State. But my question is, do you think I'm sorry, what's the Texas quarterback name? I keep forgetting. Not Miller.
Davis Mills.
Mills. How do you think he's gonna be accepting of this, knowing at the end of the day, if you pick a quarterback number 2 in the draft, that he's starting. You know what I mean? Me personally, I think that was a smart move. We've seen Mills play. I've seen him in training camp when I took my son last season. He ain't it. I'm just gonna keep it real. He ain't it. He's not. So that's gonna be interesting though in the training camp to see how receptive he is to it and to actually take him under his wing as he should. You know what I mean? But you know how that goes. So yeah, let me hear your opinion on this draft pick.
So CJ, like I said, CJ was my number one. Well, not my number one, my number 1A, number 1B, I should say, not necessarily a 2. So what I loved about CJ, again, is his precision. Some people, when people talk about quarterback play, they look at the stats and say, oh, his completion percentages are 68, so he's accurate. Well, that kind of shaky. CJ, when I talk about accuracy with CJ, is ball placement, right? So if a quarterback sees the receiver coming across the middle and he sees that linebacker, he's gonna make sure that he protects his receiver. That's what CJ does. He's gonna throw it to the back shoulder to where that hit is not coming straight to his chest. When it's deep balls, he's putting it right in the basket. You know, every throw he can make. His arm is a tad bit better than Bryce. It's a tad bit better. I think he throws on different level, different planes better than Bryce. Uh, and he's surgical in the pocket. The one thing that I had that I was with CJ was under pressure, right? Because he didn't get a lot of pressure at Ohio State. But at the same time, you really couldn't blame him because he got the ball off on time. You know, so like you said, man, and to go back to your first statement, people have to realize Ohio State never had high quality QB prospects in Ohio State. A lot of those guys were strictly athletes, right? They was athletes that played quarterback. This it's a difference when you have a quarterback playing quarterback than an athlete playing quarterback. And if we being real, none of them quarterbacks that they had these past few, besides Dwayne Haskins, was even mentioned to be a first round pick.
Yeah, hold on. Let me cut you off real quick. I'm glad you mentioned that because look at Terrell Pryor, an athlete playing quarterback. Once he got to the NFL, he transitioned to a wide receiver.
Right.
You know what I mean? Go ahead, continue, man.
And now he's playing tight end for the Redskins. Well, Commanders. I'm sorry, I mean to say that, but he's over there playing tight end for the Commanders and having a good career. You know, he's staying around. That's what you're supposed to do.
Transition.
Right. And so I think he's coming up on that retirement year too. You know, after 6 years, they start getting that retirement money. So the dude is doing awesome in his career. Would he, if you ask him now, would he want to play QB? Probably so. But everybody realized that he wasn't going to be that kind of guy. He was an athlete. So we can't judge the helmet. That's the one thing that I hate because there's no QB factory. You know, like we can say LSU has DBU, Ohio State has receiver U, Penn State has linebacker U, you know, Miami has athlete U, you know. You can't say that for quarterback. We seen quarterbacks come from everywhere. So like I said, man, CJ is a nice pick. It was the only pick at 2 that we should have made. And
yeah.
Other than that, I would have been very upset. But it was.
Okay. Go ahead. My bad. Go ahead.
Nah, you good?
I was worried they was gonna make a defensive pick. I really was. But you also mentioned like. So my thing with him, especially when it came to the combine, the biggest fear with CJ was his long bomb accuracy and his precision placement when it comes to them curl routes or them slants or them ends. Like you said, he's gonna place to where he ain't gonna get lit up. Which he answered all those questions and all them concerns at the combine. I just pray for the young man that he could do it in the NFL.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Like you said, you can make some of the mistakes, you know what I mean, make them late throws in college and get away with it. Not in the NFL. And we both know that. You know what I mean? So I pray for the young man. He's an amazing quarterback, amazing athlete, and I think he's gonna do his thing. His grade rating was a 94. He was actually projected to be drafted 5th in the draft. He's actually a year 1 rookie of the year candidate also. So that's actually gonna be awesome. You know what I mean? Watching him and Bryce go at it. So
yeah,
that'd be pretty awesome.
And we played them this year at home. So that should.
What week is that?
That should be a fun game. I'm probably gonna want to go to that one.
You know what week that is?
Nah, they haven't released the schedule yet. So
okay.
Yeah, as soon as they release that schedule, we'll know.
Yeah. All right. Then let's get to pick 3. Pick 3. Back to your Texans, man. Will Anderson Jr. out of Alabama. They traded up from 12th to 3rd. Gave up next year's first round draft pick. a second round draft pick. Plus, quite a few, a lot. Gave up a lot, about 5 draft picks altogether. Me personally, they gave up way too much, way too much. I was talking to my boy Rock. I don't know if you remember Rock from school, but he don't think y'all gave up too much. You know what I mean? I talked to a few people, and there's mixed emotions about it. You know what I mean? What do you think?
So I'm on the side that we did give up too much. Uh, I would have loved to not have gave up that first round pick. My own little bias. I want Marvin Harrison Jr. next year, and I feel like that would have been having those 2 picks would have been able to, to trade. We could have got up to go get Marvin Harrison Jr. Now, that's kind of out the water. Uh, but who knows? That's a long time down the line. But like I said, the second round pick, the 12th and the third, I understand that. It's just that extra first, man. That if we could have traded a player, I would have gave them Davis Mills. I would have gave them Christian Kirksey, Nico Collins. I love Nico, but I would have gave up a player instead of that first round pick, man.
Made some trades, moved some shit around.
Yeah.
I definitely agree because so you gave them, so basically that moved them back to the 12th position. They get next year's first round draft, and like I said, a few second rounders. So me personally, that first round draft pick next year and maybe a second round draft pick. You know what I mean? But to give up, like I said, it's about 4 or 5 draft picks total. Way too much, and that takes nothing away from the young man. Though young man's a beast. He's number 1 defensive player, actually number 1 linebacker. You know what I mean in the country. Coming to his draft, he's also another Rookie of the Year candidate. So for the Texans to have 2 Rookie of the Year candidates, projected candidates, that's awesome for them. I think you give him about 3 years, and Texans gonna be some beasts. I mean, if this works out. I mean, it's gonna be amazing. It's gonna be amazing. Y'all got a new coach. You know what I mean? It's make some noise, man. Y'all can make some noise.
And see, the thing besides the trade, right? If we really talking about just the 2 players, people have to realize these are cornerstone guys, right? These are the guys that you're trying to build your organization with. So they're culture setters, right? You have the culture setter on offense, and then you have them on defense, and they're just good dudes, man. They're leaders. They're good. They're just good people, and they're raised right, and that means a lot from an athletic perspective, and Will Anderson sounds like he's just hungry, like he said in the press conference yesterday that the moment that he stepped foot in Houston, it just felt right to him. And then he said he got to the stadium and he said, man, I had chills, I had goosebumps when I walked in. And that's just something that everybody, I mean, we looking at it like fans, you like, oh man, of course you're gonna have goosebumps. You just got drafted. But you don't feel like that going to every place. I tell you personally, if I was going on a trip and they told me, oh, Green Bay had a chance to draft me, I'm not having goosebumps because I don't want to play in that cold.
You're gonna have goosebumps for real.
Talk about I'm gonna go to Buffalo.
But yeah, it's funny. He having technical difficulty. It's funny you say that though because there is a player. All right, you back. There's actually a player. I'm not gonna put his name out there, but he was drafted by the Patriots, and his face said it all. He was pissed. That's why I ain't gonna say the young man's name. You probably know who I'm talking about. But yeah, the whole family was pissed about it. But
Yeah,
at the end of the day, regardless where you go, it's a blessing, man. For
it's
real. I know me personally, when it comes to sports, I wouldn't want to I'm gonna use basketball for example. One place I wouldn't want to play in is for Toronto, and I'm thinking just on money wise because you're getting double taxed from 2 different countries. You know what I mean? That percentage go way up, and I'm good.
Yeah. And that's a high tax rate anyway. Just that Toronto City alone is taxes is sky high. But
I ain't gonna lie, bro. I love Toronto. I can't. Big shout outs to Toronto. I've been there, loved it. Big shout out to Toronto.
I heard
One thing you said about you talking about with Anderson, man, his hungry, the fire you see. I think that got a lot to do. He's part of the Von Miller camp. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
So that got a lot to do with it.
And see, I had a Von Miller comp when I first looked at it, but I looked at him size weight wise, right? His I really can't tell just like a straight off comp because he's gonna play a whole different role in our system. They're gonna try to use him like Nick Bosa over there in San Francisco. So he's gonna move around and play sides. And
yo, I don't mean to cut you off, bro. My phone about to die. My bad, everybody. Let me grab my charger. Go ahead and tell them about your page, bro. Your YouTube channel and stuff.
All right. Yeah. So again, go check out
my cousin TJ coming in. He's coming in.
Yo,
TJ.
My fault.
Nah, you good. You good. I just seen you came in. I gotta grab my charger. Y'all go ahead and y'all chop it up for a minute.
Yo, what up, man?
What up? Yeah, so we were talking about.
Yeah, I was watching. I've been catching up.
We were talking about the Will Anderson thing, and basically, like I said, I didn't really have a comp for him.
Yeah.
I originally said Von Miller because of a height weight type deal, but the way that he's gonna play, and he's gonna play that wide nine, kind of like that 5 technique was. He's gonna around. He's not gonna be a stationary, just rush off the left tackle type of guy. I just think he's made for the NFL game. He's just made, and with D'Amico.
What school he was in again?
You talking about
what school?
Alabama.
Oh yeah. Those schools are NFL ready, most of them.
Yeah.
So you gotta look at it like, even Michigan. You wouldn't expect Michigan, but they got an NFL coach.
Yeah.
So it's like you gotta look at the background, also the system they playing and everything, because the NFL is like 10 times faster than college. So if they got a NFL coach showing them the speed and the ropes already, they should do good in the season.
I'll say this: so this is kind of like a misclaimer. I talked to some guys that went to NFL. They have all told me that the jump from high school to college is a bigger gap from college to the NFL. Like the speed of the game is still the speed of the game in the NFL, especially if you play at these high level D1s. So like LSU, Alabama, Michigan, Ohio State, USC, UCLA. All those schools play these high level teams there. Once you get to the NFL level, the speed of the game is almost as similar because all those guys are going to the NFL.
Yeah.
The thing that's different is that the quote unquote the field shrinks, right? That's pretty much it. A lot of people ask, what's the difference outside of play calling and stuff like that. The field difference is actually numbers. Numbers are pushed out a little bit more in the field than in college. And people look at the hashes a lot of the time, but that's kind of where the field difference is at.
But you also got to look at it also like the NFL is grown men. So the whole thing is different. Like you're not playing with any 18-year-olds, 19-year-olds. So it's like the jump is like it's just the same for the NBA. Like that whole college system is different, leading the kids into the NFL, into like professional sports. It's just a different feel for them, honestly.
Yeah, it's always gonna be different fields, change, stuff like that. Like I said, most of they all tough. High school to college, that's what it was like tough. And they got to the NFL. A lot of these guys came from organization anyway. So going to NFL is kind of like whatever. Going from Alabama. So a guy, I would say this: a guy coming from Alabama A&T might feel different.
Yeah.
Say going
Right. Plus the competition already that's in the
right,
school that they gotta play for. So I get what you're saying.
right.
Let's get
You
to
on Will Anderson, I just think with Domingo, he's gonna have the coach that's gonna really teach them moves. They're gonna use them differently than most people think. And I just think it's just a good player, man. It's just a good draft pick all around.
Yeah. I want to see what the number 4 pick is gonna do.
yeah, that's what we on right now. Number 4 pick. Anthony Richardson. What y'all guys think about that out of Florida? He graded 91. He was position rank is number 3. His projected pick was number 10. What y'all think about him? Oh, before we even answer that, Texas Underground. We was talking about Anderson Jr. He's also a rookie of the year candidate also. So, all right, so yeah, what y'all think about number 4 pick for Indy?
Good luck to him. I don't know what's going on over there. Indy. Every quarterback is struggling over there. Like the best quarterback they had was Carson Wentz in numbers, but I'm in the last couple years. I mean, not ever. So I don't know.
I
This
think I
kid's
think his
athletic enough.
problem is accuracy. I'm not taking nothing away from him, but that's going to be his problem. His career
Coming to
accuracy
smoke?
is 53.8% for his career in college, if I'm not mistaken. Um, I think it was a good pick because they needed a quarterback. At that pick right there at the number 4 spot, I think
Did
that's the
they sign
only.
anybody?
I'm not sure, but I think at number 4 pick, I think that's the only thing you could have did was draft a quarterback, knowing you needed a quarterback at that
Yeah.
what you call it. What I was saying when you just walked off, my worry for Richardson is his 93.8% completion percentage for his college career. You know what I mean? Like you said, yeah, we already know when you make it to that next level, there ain't no if your numbers is that low. You know what I mean, which he makes up for it in other areas, but we're
He's
gonna we're
very
gonna see how that
his
goes.
athleticism is what's really appealing also to his arm. He
Yeah,
didn't he do the backflip and everything at the combine or something. He
Yeah,
did that whole gymnastic routine
yeah.
at
So
the last day.
break down Anthony Richardson. You really have to really study the tape for him.
Yeah,
'Cause
yeah.
the completion percentage, again, the stats don't really speak to what you see on tape. Florida has been, man. I'm an LSU fan, so I hate Florida. And the thing is with Florida, they're hurting right now because Georgia and Tennessee is starting to come up. So a lot of the guys that they recruit,
On the screen,
pipelines they recruit from, they're not getting those recruits like they
my
used
cousin.
to. And so he didn't really have the type of receivers that all the others guys had. So you will see throws, man. I remember one throw he made against matter of fact, it was Kentucky. He made
hmm
this throw, man, where it was like beautiful, man. It looked like a warm moon type throw. And he just dotted the dude on a deep post route, and the guy just dropped it. And you couldn't hand the ball to him any better than that. And it was a 50-something yard bomb. And it
Let
just
me get my phone charger. My bad, guys.
with Anthony
I can hear y'all though. I got my headphones.
with Anthony Richardson, I would say this. He's in the perfect system. They're gonna use him similar to Jalen Hurts. He's gonna run. Does he need some development? Should he stay in school? Yes. But it's kind of hard to tell a brother that came from where he came from to tell him don't go make millions of dollars. I don't care how much NIL money your organization have. You're not UT, so you don't have that kind of NIL money.
Facts.
You're not paying what NFL pays.
Well, he better show up because
And
I'm looking at the depth chart.
yeah, when
And
you talk about being the number one pick, it's too hard to pass up. So
yeah,
Anthony Richardson went to the right spot, man. The coach is gonna use him right. He he has some mechanical flaws, right? Um, but with Jonathan Taylor as his running mate, that RPO system is gonna be nasty, man. It's gonna be nasty because you have to pick and choose, and then uh, you have to think about this. I played DB. You don't really want to tackle a dude that's fucking 6'4", 244. You know, people ran away from Cam Newton. Like his MVP years, them 2-3 seasons. If you really watch people try to tackle him once he got past them linebackers, them dudes are not trying to tackle Cam Newton.
Cam Newton, Ben Roethlisberger.
Yeah, they don't want to hit those type of guys, man. They just don't. Like it's crazy how athletic and how gifted he is. It really is. And I said this a couple of times. Anthony Richardson is the LeBron James of football. Now, people don't go crazy. What I mean by that
Yeah,
is,
please elaborate on that.
right, elaborate on it. So when I say that is, when you go on Madden, right, you gonna put 6'5", 200 and something pounds, and then you go 99 speed, 99 agility, 99 throw power, right? That's him. That's just like with LeBron. You gonna make your players 6'8", 6'9", dribble, speed.
Okay, I see what you say. I see what you say.
Right. I'm here where he gonna be a Hall of Famer now.
But didn't he? This season he came off ACL tear.
No.
Or did he get hurt last year in Florida or something like that?
He got hurt. He got hurt in dance class, bro.
Stop playing.
I'm gonna go over. I'm about to read over.
He got good feet then if he in dance class.
I'm about to read over his strengths and weaknesses that we have here.
Wait, before you get into that, he still got to go against. They signed Gardner Minshew, and they still got Nick Foles on the roster.
He's gonna be the QB
at number 4. At these days, it's not. See, the way the draft works, it's not like how it was when we was growing up, where a number 1 draft pick can wait a year to start. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Nowadays, if you get drafted this early, especially at the top 5, you're starting. I mean, that's what we explained it with the number 1 and number 2 pick. You know what I mean?
Okay.
So they're gonna say there's a battle. You know what I mean? But when the season starts, we know who's starting.
Either way, he's still learning from.
Oh yeah, no doubt.
Experience, so
definitely, yeah.
So he should be good. He should be good over there.
So let's go to his biggest flaws is his short yard passes. He misses layups. His accuracy for short yard passes are he could throw a bomb, but there's no accuracy there. His playmaking abilities, he can stretch the play. He's fast on his feet. He's quick. He's smart. His agility is amazing. You know what I mean? If he's definitely gonna learn to get them small balls, small passes down. That's a must. It's gonna happen. You know what I mean? Once he transitions and learns how to make these changes, anything's possible for the young man, for real. And I give him nothing but, you know what I mean, utmost respect, and I salute the young man, and I hope he has an amazing career. You know what I mean? And he is also he is not projected for rookie of the year. So let's go to pick number 5, Born with a Spoon, out of Illinois.
Man, in the pre-draft process, I do my scouting a little bit earlier than most fans say. Devin Witherspoon wasn't really on my radar because he's a Lovie Smith recruit. But as the process went on, man, I kept hearing this guy man, this dude is a physical man. He's a physical downhill tackler. And then I started watching it, and I was just like, man, this dude here is so smooth, so quick. His hip turn is like magnificent. Then he goes to the combine and he mashes the 40 time. Oh no, I don't think he ran it. No, he didn't run at the combine. Did he run at the combine? The numbers on there?
I don't know, but they had him ranked
I'm
7th
have the numbers.
overall. His draft grade was 93.
Yeah, so yeah, I mean, like I said, he on tape wise, there was nothing not to like about him. Now, I will say I don't like the size, right? But that's nitpicking. Everybody has their way of picking players and how they want to build their defense and such and such. The profile of a size player. Just like with Dante Banks. Dante Banks is an athletic freak. I don't know if you got to see the video that's out with him doing the 360 windmill dunk.
Yeah.
But that's crazy. So but Devin Witherspoon is just a football player, man. He's just a football player. He fits everything that they want to do in Seattle. And man, Seattle had an awesome draft. Jesus.
Yeah, I trust Seattle's defensive
Yeah,
coordinator.
he's definitely aggressive. You know what I mean? Being on the opposite side of Woolen, I mean, I think that's a great 1-2 duo. You know what I mean? That's gonna be a great 1-2 duo.
Seattle trading Russell Wilson just showed they know a lot about football. So they knew something. We did it. Keeping Gino and getting rid of Russell, they knew something. So they had good defense.
Witherspoon's also Rookie of the Year candidate also. And before we get to pick 6, what do y'all feel about what the Eagles have been doing for the past 2 drafts? Past 2 drafts, they done drafted 5 players.
I hate to say it,
to this draft.
Their team looks stacked, man. Their team look good still. Like even though they lost their offensive coordinator and defensive coordinator, I hate them, but they did good in the draft. That's on good on paper. So let's just see how the season plays.
Yeah, I mean, I always say it's every year it's a team that's gonna have the hangover, right? One of the 2 teams that went to the Super Bowl. I'm not gonna say it's gonna be Patrick Mahomes. I'm not gonna say that. So I'm gonna say it's gonna be the Eagles. So do I think they could still win the division? Yeah, they can still win the division.
Watch it. I'm joking.
They did. Their defensive line, they retooled their defensive line with younger players. To me, their weakness is still at corner, right? Darius Slay is a monster, but he's older.
He's gone.
They lost CJ, and then Bradbury got exposed. So
Slay's gone too. They released him.
Nah, Slay's still there.
He's still there? Oh,
yeah.
I thought they cut him for salary reasons.
They did, but then they re-signed him.
Oh, okay.
So, and then they still got that monster Batman over there, AJ Brown. So they still have a possibility of winning it. Now, this is going to be the key for the Eagles. Can the coaching staff replicate what they lost? People forget when teams lose offensive and defensive coordinators, that's really the reason why that teams struggle is because of that.
You can have so much talent, and once you lose what holds that talent together, now you got your whole team got to buy into a whole new plan, a whole new scheme. You know what I mean? I like that you said that. You know what I mean? Because a lot of people don't realize it. People don't realize they're like, man, this team's so talented, such and such. Why aren't they winning? Not realizing it takes a lot more than talent. You need that structure. You know what I mean? And that's why a lot of players get upset when offensive coordinators, defensive coordinators, whoever gets fired for I'm not gonna say minor reasons, but after 1 or 2 seasons, you know what I mean? Like shit crazy. But let's go to Pick number, what's that? Where we at? Pick number 6.
6.
Paris Johnson Jr., offensive tackle from Ohio State, 6'6", 313 pounds. Man, that's a big boy. Going to Arizona.
You can't go right with that. They need that over there. Offensive line.
Yeah, I agree.
And see, I think so this is my opinion. I don't have no inside sources, nothing.
6'6".
From my observation, my opinion, it came out late. Earlier on Thursday that Arizona was thinking about leaning more towards offensive line, and I think that's what sparked the trade with the Texans because and that's why the Texans went quarterback because if they would have picked Will Anderson at 2, the price jump up to 3 higher because it's a quarterback there.
Yeah.
And then you would have had 3 quarterbacks there, and you would have had a whole bunch of people bidding. So they played it right. And I think Gannon felt like the defense that he had, or the defense that's in Arizona, is already okay. Let me really help out Kyler Murray and get him somebody that could be a stabilizer on that offensive line because that's been their issue for the past 3-4 seasons. They don't have to block the Nick Bosa's, the KTs, the Mika Parsons. They don't have nobody to block them.
No. Yeah, I definitely believe that was a big help because he's the number 1 offensive tackle in the class. Very aggressive. The boy's a beast, man.
Oh yeah.
Like TJ said, you can't go wrong drafting an offensive. There's no going wrong, especially that
They
early.
badly needed it.
Yeah,
They
desperately.
badly needed it.
Exactly. Very versatile. I mean, he can play on either side of the line.
And it's good they picked them because Ohio State quarterbacks are they run quarterbacks, so they know how to deal with those running types, especially going to Arizona with Kyler Murray because all he does is zigzag across the damn field before he throws the ball. So they need an old lineman like that. They need more actually. It's a good pick.
Yeah, he's a high impact day 1 starter. He could start at either guard or tackle as a rookie. Immediately improves the offensive line. So we'll see how he works out. And then pick number 7, we got Tyree Wilson out of Texas Tech, 6'6", 271 pound defensive end. I think that's a major pickup. Day 1 impact. Day 1 impact for sure.
Man, I'm just looking at 6'6", 217.
Well,
Him and Crosby together on the line.
271.
Like
Yeah, that's a major impact.
Who picked?
That was Oakland. I'm sorry.
Vegas.
Vegas.
You wildin'.
Yeah, that was Vegas pick at number 7.
7. Yeah, so
It's a good pick for that.
Tyree Wilson was somebody that we was looking. I liked his tape. I like what he does. He's not going to give you the stats. He's not going to give you the high volume sacks and tackles for loss. He beats his man, right? And you can't put a number on that. Beating your man and causing that disruption in the backfield, you can't put a number on that. And that's what he does.
Yeah.
With that size, though, he could learn.
Yeah, well, he can, but the thing is that he doesn't have the first step quickness is not. He has super long arms. He's still raw with pass rush moves. He does set the edge well. But this is me. If I'm drafted, it's the same thing that I say in basketball. Anybody that's over 6'5" and has back problems, feet problems, I'm not touching them. I don't care how high they jump, how fast they run. If they have back and feet problems and they're 6'5", it's going to continue to be a problem because you're only going to get bigger in the NFL or in the NBA. You're only going to get stronger, and those things don't go away. Those are lingering injuries. So hopefully the young man does well, man. But
Yeah, he's real powerful. He's good with his hands. He can shed the block. You know what I mean? He's something special. I definitely believe he's something special. We're gonna see what he gonna do. Real. All right, we're gonna go to pick number 8. I hope I say the dude's name right. By Gene Robinson. Am I saying it right, guys? Running back out
Bijan,
of Texas.
Bijan,
Bijan Robinson. 5'11", 215, running back out of Texas. At number 8 for the Falcons.
man.
He was the best running back prospect coming in to the draft. Who wants to go first? He is also, keep in mind, he is also part of the Saquon Barkley camp.
Yes. So I would say this: my comp was a mixture of Saquon and Christian McCaffrey. Put them two together, that's Bijan. That's really what he can play in the slot. He can play out and run the ball. He built like a, he has the thick, big legs. I don't think his legs are as big as Saquon's. I don't think nobody's legs are big.
I was about to say the same thing.
That's what you look for in a running back. You want the big legs, the big calves, and he's powerful, man. He's not only just powerful, he has breakaway speed. And one thing that I want to see from a running back is balance. Do you have balance? And then do you have the ability to go from 0 to 15 and from 15 to 30? Not 0 to 10 and back to 0 and then start up. No, I want you to be able to keep that same pace and then turn it on.
Exactly.
To be honest, why they even draft him? I think he's just trade bait or something.
You said what?
I think he's got to be like trade bait or something. They got like 3 or 4 running backs though.
No, you got to look at
Atlanta.
But who they don't have no one special though.
They got. I mean, how you know? they all share a reps.
I'm talking about who they have right now on their roster, on their active roster. Prior to
right now, they got what was it? Cordell Patterson, Tyler Algier, and I think it's one more guy. I forgot his name.
No, neither one of those guys are special guys like him. That's You're taking beat. See, the thing is, Atlanta's system. He was brought up in the Tennessee system. Their head coach. He was in Tennessee for the longest time. He was one of the only coaches that stayed there from when Vrabel became head coach. He loves running back. He loves to run the ball. That's his whole system. That's where it starts and ends with running the football. So the more running backs for him, the better. And I think they feel like Desmond Ridder is their guy. And like I always say, once you get a young quarterback, you have to give him weapons and you have to protect them. And Atlanta felt like they had a good offensive line, so the next best thing is to give them weapons. And Bijan is probably like, to me, on my top 50 I did, he was the third. I just did because position value of the two quarterbacks, he was number. So to me, he's like the best he's the best non-quarterback football player in the draft.
And another thing,
his position was number 1. His position rank was number 1.
Overall
rank was number 2.
Number 1 running back in the draft.
How tall is Saquon?
Saquon is, I think, like 5'11", 6 foot.
Oh, okay.
But with Bijan, he's gonna be the number 1 threat, and then another thing, he can run the ball. He can go into go for.
They say he could catch too. He's a threat after catching.
He's a dual threat. You know what I mean? So
yeah,
he's also a rookie of the year candidate also. So I'm very excited. My thing is, I think he need to put on 10 more pounds. 10 more.
I mean, I'm sure he is. I'm sure he will before training camp and everything.
But what did I say? He was
financially stable. You know what I mean? Now that he's financially stable to eat more, I think he'll be up there. But he gonna have to gain weight before training camp because he's 215.
I think 215 is plenty of big enough really at running back.
Think so?
Yeah, 215 is really perfect size.
No.
Cause
All
I
right,
don't
let's go to our number 9 pick from the Eagles. Jalen Carter, 6'3", 314 pounds, out of Georgia. Number 1 ranked position in the
Can
draft.
we give them like a special name since that's like our division and I don't like to say their names?
Man, look, you the one that came in here with a Cowboys trash bag on. Stop it.
You gonna talk about that Giants jersey on? Come on, man. It's crazy. We need to
Yo,
switch. He's in Texas with a Giants jersey. I'm in New York with a Cowboys jersey. It's crazy.
yo, I think this is a fucking a no brainer. This is a no brainer right here for the Eagles. A no fucking brainer, like we just talked about before. I mean, five Georgia players past this draft and last draft. So this is there's really nothing to say about the young man. You know what I mean? Like, job well done, Eagles. I don't like it,
Yeah.
obviously, for the obvious reason right here.
I feel bad.
but
I feel bad for Dak next year. He gotta get. He gotta go after. He gonna be coming after him.
He's highly adaptive. You know what I mean? He worked the edges. You know what I mean? He's the boy's a beast. Shed the fucking blocks. You know what I mean? Strong with his hands. A fucking agile. Light on his fucking feet. Like the boy. Boys, man, he was in college. He was a man. He was a man among a young boy. Among
Will he
boy,
be
you know what I mean?
suspended?
Like, there's nothing to say about the man. The boy's a fucking beast. It
Will
really
you
is.
think? Do you think they're gonna suspend him
know.
For
for
what?
his off cities act? Because he wasn't in the NFL yet, right?
Yeah, they're not gonna suspend him because of that.
Yeah.
He wasn't in the NFL when that happened.
Oh, okay.
So he's definitely gonna get double teamed coming in straight in. Let's just. He's gonna be one of the players that's gonna be double teamed, and he as long as he keeps his composure, you know what I mean. And I think he'll be all right.
The
And
whole
he's
line
he's
in,
another rookie
in
of the year
Philly look
candidate.
scary.
Yeah, I mean, I don't know about the double team because they are all them other guys out there.
Yeah.
Fletcher Cox and Jordan Davis and damn, can I keep going on with the list?
Uh-huh.
I'm telling you, you know what I mean? He's at home. He's at home.
Like I don't understand why teams didn't catch on to what the Eagles was doing and try to interrupt it. Like, sheesh.
Yo, they building the dynasty. They were quietly building this dynasty in front of everybody's face.
But you know what? The thing is too, I seen somebody post on Twitter that they've never happened before where one NFL organization drafts
Took a whole college team.
like pretty much the whole front line of one college team, and they all played together, right? The only one that's missing is Trayvon Walker that went to the Jaguars last year. That's the only one they're missing. They got N'Kobe Dean, linebacker. So, but yeah, man, he's a special player. I worry about the mental part. You know, he didn't show up. You know, granted, yes, he went through a tough time, man. You know, dealing with a loss of friends and like that. I get it, but you also have a job to do. You showed up to the pro day and you wasn't in shape. You basically walked out on the pro.
Oh, I ain't know all that.
Yeah, he walked out because he couldn't finish it, and he didn't do none of the running portion of it. All he did was just the drills, you know, the handbags and stuff like that. So um, that's my thing. But being in Philly, he has the people around him that can hold him and and coddle him to make sure he doesn't make those mistakes. And hopefully, the young man learned from what he was doing. But you know what they say: when what you did without money just raises the bar to do stuff that you're gonna do when you have money. So now instead of him driving a 5.0 Mustang that was a 2019, he could be driving a C8 Corvette and going the same speed. So I just hope that don't happen.
Well,
Time will tell.
it don't
Yeah,
matter what car you driving, bro. If you drinking, you shouldn't just be driving at all. That's it.
I think he's definitely at home though. With all that talent, man, it's Pass
Well,
Rush
let's
City. Pass Rush City. It's about to, man, what? Pass
Yeah,
Rush City.
but that's if he could be like grow up and be mature about it.
Yeah, and that's gonna be that transition process. But I honestly, I think he's gonna be okay. He's at home. You know what I mean? He got
Yeah,
his brothers that he's been playing with. He's good. I honestly believe, you know what I mean, this training camp, or you know what I mean, whatever bonding sessions they have prior or before training camp,
yeah.
he's
That's
gonna
the
be
only
good,
thing
man.
they gotta worry about is if he's
Yeah,
coachable. That's it.
he's gonna be all right. He got his brothers there with him, man. So I think he's gonna be all right. But this despite his past, you know what I mean, he's good. He's gonna be good. Man, let's where we at? Number 10? Let's do it. Or did we go past 10? My bad, guys. Here we go.
Darnell White, right?
Cornell White out of Tennessee. 6'5", 333-pound defensive tackle. Ranked number 4 in his position. His grade was a 90. Going to, I did say to Tennessee. Yep. I'm sorry, going to Chicago.
Yeah.
Going to the Bears.
That's where they go. That's where he's going. That's a good pickup for
Yeah,
Chicago.
man, he's massive. It's a massive dude.
Yeah,
6'5", 333. Massive but plays balance. Very balanced player. You know what I mean? He has the strength to move defenders of the ball with his latches. And dude's a beast, man. He dominates linebackers. You know what I mean? He gets into their pads. He really gives ground power rushes. Man, he's gonna. I think this is another no-brainer. Another
yeah.
no-brainer.
It's a good pick because this
He's a
uh
plug-and-play starter.
Fields need the protection. Anything they could get. That's it.
So a call for him would be Trenton Wharf. Think of Trenton Wharf over there in Tampa Bay.
Hmm.
He's a pure right tackle. Um, the dude, man. Some Texas fans worried about Will Anderson because of the tape against Tennessee. And this guy, when he basically shut down Will Anderson the whole game. I mean, like sometimes you even see it when he ragdolled Will Anderson, and it scared people. And then if you look at some of Pro Football Focus numbers, and I think him and Osiris, the guy that went to Buffalo in the second round, were like one of the only two offensive linemen that gave up no sacks. And Darnell Wright gave up, I think they said like 6 or 7 pressures. That's unbelievable, man. Like to be playing at that position and you give up 7 pressures that are strictly your fault and no sacks, man, that's crazy good, man. That's crazy
Yeah.
good.
Uh-huh. Facts. All right, so that wraps up the episode. We did our top 10. Man, I really appreciate y'all. But before we end, man, TJ, what we did at the beginning of the show, we went over our team's first round draft pick. So your team's first round draft pick is Mozzie Smith. How do you feel about
Yeah.
that pick for your team?
Yo, honestly, I'm happy for the everybody we drafted. We need what we needed actually. We got everything we
See,
needed
they go a
in that
Cowboy
draft.
fan. You ask a Cowboy fan one question, he want to talk about the whole team. We
I'm
talking
just
about
saying
your first
we
round
got our
draft pick.
needs. I said we got our needs. That's all I'm saying. I'm happy with the draft pick, but I'm happy with everybody we drafted. So, but I'm happy with Mozzie Smith. Can't go
Yeah,
wrong.
dude's a
6'3",
beast. Yeah.
323, light on his feet, quick with his hands, and then ready with the group of guys we got.
Yeah,
That's
y'all defense,
everything.
I can't front, man. The defense, Cowboys defense gets on my nerves. Y'all some beasts on the defensive market. We gotta see what y'all gonna do at quarterback though.
Man, y'all
It's not what we're gonna do. It's we gotta see what he's gonna do. But if that could show up,
y'all stole my running back. That's what
yeah,
I'm
yeah,
Who?
yeah, yeah.
that's
We got the guy from Kansas State, from K State,
yeah, Deuce.
Deuce Vaughn.
Man.
Then I said, who are we supposed to be giving a shout out to from U of H? Who was it we was talking about?
Yeah, from U of H.
Signed with the home team.
Oh
You know what I
yeah.
mean? With the Texans. I mean, so big shout out. You know what I mean, young man. Hope you have a great fucking career. You know what I mean, and show out for the hometown, man. For real.
Oh yeah. Hopefully we can get that boy on, man. I love to talk to him. Thank
Yeah,
you.
Facts,
that's
man.
cool.
Man, I got some shit I'm working, man. I got some people I'm working, some names I'm working, man. I'm gonna definitely, you already know I'm gonna fuck with you, man. For real, for real. But yeah, man, episode 20, NFL draft talk is complete, man. Big shout out to that boy Texas Underground. Make sure y'all go ahead and subscribe and like to his channel. Like I said, it's all day football, all day Texans. He posts a few times a week. You know what I mean? Y'all go fuck with him. His link is in the comments, in the description, and my apologies. And then also go check out our episode we did together, episode 2, the Dark Side of Little League Football. That's also in the description. The link's in there. Big shout out to my cousin TJ making his first appearance on the podcast, man. I appreciate it. Love you, man. For real.
No problem, man. Anytime.
And saying that, we are out, man. Good times. H-Town.